Go in and rescue them. Use what has happened in your past as a vehicle and fuel to help other people. Paul killed people. Paul drug people out of homes as Christians. How bad could it be? How bad could what you have done be that bad that Paul did? Let it go. Forget it. Get some goals. Get your job lined up with the priorities of God and start working toward being what God wants you to be. And then you press forward. That means you work at it. You work at it. This freed me. It freed me. You know why it's so easy for me to talk to people about alcohol? Used to do it a lot. It's easy to talk about. I don't do it anymore. Why is it easy to talk about, Gary?
I used to.
You're relying with God now. It's easy to minister this issue, this gift that God's given me to talk about.
You know, Paul, when he was persecuting the Christians, did God instruct him to do that?
No.
But he thought he was doing it for the cause of God, right? So he had to deny himself because it was him that was choosing to do that. So eventually he denied himself, took him out of the equation. Then he took a risk by changing because, you know, he had already had a reputation, right?
Yeah.
And so he went through each of these steps. So his life is a perfect example of these types of things. He made a major transformation in his life.
Huge. That's a great illustration.
And he suffered, just like you said, especially at the end in there.
He went out.
Yep.
People knew him for this.
Yeah, they did.
Everywhere.
Yeah.
They knew him for that. And that hits me, thinking that don't care about what the world sees in you. If God's pulled you up by the bootstraps and said, dust you off and go, I forgive you, now go and be the best son that I have. And then we just need to forgive ourselves and yeah, the past will follow us, but forgiveness wipes it clean.
Absolutely. Those are great points. Because think about Joseph. I mean, you want to talk about a victim society we live in. I mean, we live in the most victimized society. The world wants you to be a victim. Everybody wants you to be a victim. Could Joseph have been a victim? Look at what his brothers did to him. He could have been a victim, but what God did? God took him from the pit and put him in the palace. Why? Renewed that mind constantly. That's a good point, both those points. All right, 2 Timothy 2. We may get done. 2 Timothy 2:22. What you got?
Now flee from your youthful lust and pursue righteousness, faith, love, and peace with those who call on the Lord.
Look at this.
For a pure heart.
Look at this. What does he say? Man, if you know that you're struggling, everybody knows the sin, the secret sin. Everybody has secret sin. Because I really don't want Jeff to know what my sin is, so naturally I ain't going to tell him. Here's what he says, you do. You don't. You for sure don't. He said, flee this. Look, what does the word flee? I'm not talking about what your dog has. What does the word flee mean? How many of you have been in the military before and you've been shot at before? I promise you, you will flee.
I've been shot at, but I wasn't in the military.
You don't get shot. I was in the yeah, you don't get shot in well, it depends. Look, the bottom line is this. You know what you're struggling with. Make it your aim to flee it and then reverse it and pursue what's righteous. Do that. What did Joseph do when she grabbed him by the garment? What did he do? Easier said than done, isn't it? And then you got to pursue righteousness. You got to pursue living right. Who's got Luke 22? Luke 22:27.
For who is greater, the one who is at the table or the one who serves? Is it not the one who is at the table? But I am among you as one who serves.
All right. Bottom line is this. You want to pursue righteousness? Guess what? Put the towel around your waist and get on your knees and start washing feet. Start washing feet. You got a problem? A couple of friends of mine several years ago had a problem with each other. And one of them was willing to wash the other one's feet, and the other one wasn't willing to wash his feet. Are you willing to wash your spouse's feet when things aren't going right? Are you willing to serve? Are you the person that always has a problem and all you talk about are your problems, but you're not willing to serve? Are you quick to throw a stone at somebody else's sin? Are you quick to point out other people's stuff, but you're not willing to serve? If you had $1, you two elders, if you had $1 for every complaint you've had since you've been an elder, what kind of new car could you buy? Now, let's flip that. How many of those complaints were willing to be a part of the solution? This is part of being a servant. Bottom line is this. You want the marriage to be right? You want it to be great? Learn to serve each other. You want relationships to be right? Learn to serve each other. You want to go to heaven? Guess what? You better put that towel around your waist, and you better be a servant. That includes those up here and those down here. Does all that make sense? That's a mouthful. I love you. I hope you have a great week. Thank you for being in this class, Jason. Thank all of y'all for coming. Y'all been a great encouragement, my mom, this whole series. I lean on it. It's great. Easier said than done.
Hey, boy. Hey, boy.
Yeah, it is, that's for sure.
I told him that once.
You know how hard it is to find answers? It's actually no, absolutely. Like we have everything and everything. It's supposed to be wacky, fun, crazy, but you start listening, you're like,
Merging.